Breaking news, it has just been told to us that your electric car is doing fuck all for the environment. Stop being a little bitch. Build a race car. Be a man.
Stupid, and I have such a low opinion of everybody who's knee deep in it as they are. I do. I'm not going to lie about it. I mean, we're getting ready to pass this point of no return for 2024, and we've got China getting froggy, and we have an administration that's pretty much, compromised us national security wise in terms of energy, and we're sitting here fighting over fealty, over party issues, not ideological issues. I don't want to be like the left, but I do believe in fighting fire with fire. And I do believe that sometimes, I'm going to go back to, again, real quickly before we go, one of the greatest films ever committed to celluloid, Roadhouse, where Dalton was instructing the crew and saying, look, be nice until it's time to not be nice. And sometimes it's time to not be nice. The 2024.
Good morning, and thank you for calling Go F*** Yourself. Press 1 to get Press 2 to go F*** yourself, and press 3 to
You are spending $182 billion a year on illegal immigration. The bottom line for each taxpayer is more than $1,100 a year. This comes at the midst, and this should make your blood boil. And here is why. Because here we have a president that wants to raise your taxes. He wants, if you make over $400,000, he wants to raise your Medicare. Okay? So you have to pay more in health insurance. And of course, illegals get free health insurance when they come into our country. All because why? Our money is being used to fund things such as this. This is just one of the examples.
I would argue, Julie, this is why the articles of impeachment filed by Pat Fallon of Texas and by Andy Biggs of Arizona against Mayorkas for not doing his job at Homeland Security might actually have legs, because you've got the actual administration. Biden is saying there isn't a problem at the southern border. And by the way, he also adds, or his people, that if there is, we inherited this problem. The very court case that you talk about, Julie, said you didn't inherit the problem, you created the problem, and you need to do something about it.
There's a new report which finds this. Taxpayers, you are spending $182 billion a year on illegal immigration. The bottom line for each tax.
They will send out an announcement. So get ready for this. They admit they will send out an announcement and they will tell us not to use money. This is how that's going to go down. They tell us that they plan on telling us on a Friday night. See if you can guess why they would tell us on a Friday night that the banking system has collapsed.
There are a lot of things we've been thinking about, and what we want to hear from you today is what you think the priorities would be in order to go about setting expectations appropriately in public about how we would execute Title II. So that if and when we do have to have that announcement on Friday night, ideally Friday night, that people are in a position to receive it, understand it, and say, yeah, that works. And we can see how this will happen. Of course, there will be doubters, but there's a lot of things going on.
So Friday night, of course, in the banking system is closed. So people all weekend can just be at home freaking out because, oh, wait a minute, I just lost, what's going to happen with my money? Yeah. My bank's going, like, we're in this economic system. What the hell are you going to do about my money? It's gone. They're admitting, like, this is coming. When the collapse comes, the FDIC...
But yet our money's going to fucking Ukraine. Motherfuckers. Well, for all of you dumb fucks that didn't believe that this was Obama's third term, here you go.
Panic move, selling out Obama on live television. We've got the footage stating that Obama was behind everything. RWN reports that this is the epitome of hypocrisy from the deep. More breaking news. Obama's intelligence chief now in a full-blown panic move, selling out Obama on live television. We've got the footage stating that Obama was behind everything. RWN reports that this is the epitome of hypocrisy from the deep state and the people who buy into their fake narratives. Deep state agent, former director of national intelligence, James Clapper, confirmed on national television that President Barack Obama should be credited with launching a whole sequence of events that led to special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation of Russia collusion allegations. Take a look at this.
If it weren't for President Obama, we might not have done the intelligence community assessment that we did that set off a whole sequence of events which are still unfolding today, notably special counsel Mueller's investigation. President Obama is responsible for that, and it was he who tasked us to do that intelligence community assessment in the first place. I think.
My friends, what you just witnessed there is an absolute bombshell confession. Clapper knew exactly what he was saying, and he's doing whatever he can to get out of the way of the steamroller that's about to crush him by throwing Obama right in front of it. As you saw from that video, Clapper gave full credit to former President Barack Hussein Obama for putting into motion the entire sequence of events which have led to what we are seeing today and the massive waste of time and taxpayer money that the Mueller investigation has caused. Now let's go back over what exactly he said. He said, quote, "If it weren't for President Obama, we might not have done the intelligence community assessment that we did that set up a whole sequence of events which are still unfolding today, including Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation." He continued, "The President Obama is responsible for that. It was he who tasked us to do that intelligence community assessment in the first place." Let me repeat that. This point needs to be driven home. And this is the point that you need to tell all of your friends, all of your family, all of your coworkers, from sea to shining sea. This video needs to be shared on every single social media platform. The link is below. I cannot implore you enough. The deep state rats are turning on their leader, Barack Obama. He said President Obama should be credited with launching the whole sequence of events that led to Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation of Russia collusion. Obama knew this. He knew this, even as he mocked President Trump, who asserted that the election was rigged. Remember this?
Repeatedly now, Donald Trump has said that this election will be rigged against him. Can you promise the American people that this election will be conducted in a fair way?
It is, I don't even really know where to start on answering this question. Of course, the elections will not be rigged. What does that mean? The federal government doesn't run the election process. States and cities and communities all across the country, they're the ones who set up the voting systems and the voting booths. And if Mr. Trump is suggesting that there is a conspiracy theory that is being propagated,
not a conspiracy theory
across the country,
you know you did it,
including in places like Texas,
fucking piece of shit. Treason,
where
sedition, execution.
Typically it's not Democrats who are in charge of voting booths. That's ridiculous. That doesn't make any sense, and I don't think anybody would take that seriously.
Yeah, we fucking watched.
But this will be an election like every other election, and you know, I think all of us at some points in our lives have played sports, or maybe just played in a schoolyard or a sandbox. And sometimes folks, if they lose, they start complaining that they got cheated. But I've never heard of somebody complaining about being cheated before the game was over.
Being cheated before the game was over? As you uttered those words, Obama, you were rigging the game. So no matter the outcome, you could ensure victory. The election was rigged. Obama lied. Yes. And since Clapper wanted to ensure that Americans give credit where credit is due, he confirmed that Barack Hussein Obama is the one responsible for the events leading to the creation of Mueller's probe into the fake allegations of collusion between the Trump campaign officials and Russia. And with that, he managed to single-handedly sink the entire narrative. Yes, Clapper has just sank the entire narrative, which has kept Obama fairly unscathed throughout this entire ordeal until now. So fast forward to today. President Trump's claims were right. Obama was dirty and he knew everything, but he blatantly lied to the American people over and over again. It's time to yank that bastard off of his cushy little vacation and drag him before Congress and make that bastard answer the questions and be held accountable to the American people. The deep state has decided that they are going to undermine this president since the election. They have been working overtime, creating a false narrative, planting evidence, abusing the intelligence community. Every single one of these deep state rats, they need to have their security clearances revoked, and they need to do a perp walk on Constitution Avenue immediately. I've had enough of this crap. And now Clapper goes on what, MSNBC, CNN, whatever fake news or what it is of the day. I don't know. Where is he at talking this crap? You know what? All that matters is he just admitted it. He admitted it. Obama, watch out, man. The deep state is turning on you. Friends, do your part as an American patriot right now. Share this report. Leave your thoughts below. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi. Before you go, you should know that our sponsor, Virtual Shield, is launching their brand new IdentiSafe program for Windows at virtualshield.com/nextnews. Now, I've already installed the VPN. I've upgraded to the new privacy protection program through IdentiSafe. I can now breathe easy knowing that my webcam and my microphone are completely disabled at my leisure from spies, hackers, and of course, government scumbags. And I got this awesome new feature on my computer. I can actually digitally shred files using military-grade encryption, and even better, when you go to virtualshield.com, you can now secure gift cards for Christmas and can give the gift of security and privacy this season. Now, the last thing you want is somebody hacking your daughter or your son's webcam and then using that information to blackmail them. Okay, it happens, friends. It really does. Now, for just a starting price of $4.95 per month,
where they're showing
you can
Obama
get
being
Virtual
behind
Shield and
all
upgrade your
right
security
now.
with their
Fucking
IdentiSafe
ridiculous.
program. This is revolutionary security for your computer. You can now prevent it allows the customer your basic program. Subscribe to the channel by clicking on the next news.
Because this shit will be taken
More
off
breaking
Facebook
news.
before you
Obama's
know it.
intelligence
That's where
chief
this is
now in a
coming
full-blown
from.
panic move, selling out Obama on live television. We've got the
They've already took down quite a few
To
other ones I
purposefully
had
mislead-
that were showing shit they don't like. I had a lot of these set up for upcoming show, Greg, but stayed off to get all the strikes off my channel. And of course, well, the world's gone to hell since then. So
The 5 rights we enjoy.
Why are women like KFC?
When Anakin was a
I got a serious question to all you Trump haters and liberals out here, Biden supporters, those with the mindset of vote blue no matter who. How many of you are ready to fight for your country? You see, you voted for a man out of pure hatred and spite for a different man. But now the man you voted for is about to get us popped off in World War III. I think it's only fair that since you voted for that man, and that man is the one getting us in this mess, that you should be put at the front of the line. You see, until something starts affecting you personally, nothing will change. And I'll be damned if I put my kids in harm's way or danger because some old ass man don't know what the hell he's doing anymore. He doesn't even know what the hell he's saying or who he's shaking hands with. So how many of you are ready to go fight his war? I'll wait.
So now I can be in the commercial?
Maybe.
But you said
I said maybe.
There is no way this was a commercial. This was not a commercial. You cannot tell me. Do you understand what just happened? She sucked the whole thing.
so.
You are spending $182 billion a year on illegal immigration. The bottom line for each taxpayer is more than $1,100 a year. This comes at the midst, and this should make your blood boil. And here is why. Because
is greener. I buy you Starbucks if you play with my wiener. Roses are red, grass is greener. I buy you Starbucks if you play with my wiener.
Here's why cars are better than girlfriends. Reason 1, when this bitch has a breakdown, I know how to fix it. The only thing whining is the supercharger. She's a whole lot easier to handle.
Yeah.
You can trade them in and they won't get pissed off. You know,
That's
in
not
case
fair.
you want the newer model. She'll get you from A to B and she won't drive you crazy. And they won't tell everybody your secrets.
Full-blown panic move, selling out Obama on live television. We've got the footage stating that Obama was behind everything. RWN reports that this is the epitome of hypocrisy from the deep state and the people who buy into their fake narratives. Deep state agent, former director of national intelligence James Clapper confirmed on national television that President Barack Obama should be credited with launching a whole sequence of events that led to special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation of Russia collusion allegations. Take a look at this.
If it weren't for President Obama, we might not have done the intelligence community assessment that we did that set off a whole sequence of events which are still unfolding today, notably Special Counsel Mueller's investigation. President Obama is responsible for that, and it was he who tasked us to do that intelligence community assessment in the first place. I think,
my friends, what you just witnessed there is an absolute bombshell confession. Clapper knew exactly what he was saying, and he's doing whatever he can to get out of the way of the steamroller that's about to crush him by throwing Obama right in front of it. As you saw from that video, Clapper gave full credit to former President Barack Hussein Obama for putting into motion the entire sequence of events which have led to what we are seeing today and the massive waste of time and taxpayer money that the Mueller investigation has caused. Now let's go back over what exactly he said. He said, quote, "If it weren't for President Obama, we might not have done the intelligence community assessment that we did that set up a whole sequence of events which are still unfolding."
Being hungry and being horny.
It depends where you put the cucumber.
Hey Siri.
All that Mexican food has my butthole shooting fire. I tried sitting down, but every fart has me jumping higher. And it burns, burns, burns. My ass is on fire.
Nothing like Taco Bell.
I just shook my tooth.
It's okay.
man, shut your...
Going with you in seasons of abundance.
Come with me and come with me and you'll be in a world of OSHA violation.
Yeah, Hell, the whole world's evil now, man. We live in an evil fucking world. That's the problem. Everything we've been told, we've been lied about. Everything we were told to
If you trip and fall, a friend will ask if you're okay. A good friend will help you up. But a best friend, they'll just stand there laughing, saying, "Walk much, dumbass?" If you trip and fall.
So yeah, it's getting pretty fucking scary out there, to say the least.
The Democrat Party and their members are the ones who defended slavery and opposed the 13th Amendment freeing the slaves. They're the ones who started the Civil War. They opposed Reconstruction. They supported laws that effectively forced freed slaves back into slavery by leveling fake debt against them and then forcing them to work to pay it off. They opposed the 14th Amendment, which gave blacks citizenship, and the 15th Amendment, which gave blacks the right to vote. They are the ones who founded the Ku Klux Klan. They imposed segregation. They encouraged lynchings. They fought against the civil.
Yeah, remember all that? We do, Greg.
I was gonna cook alligator for dinner tonight, but then I realized I only have a crock pot. I was gonna.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Daisy.
Daisy who?
They see me rolling.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Holy shit. I've been following and reporting on the East Palestine chemical spill since it has happened, but this is fucking huge. An EPA engineer named Mark Durno this week at a town hall meeting in East Palestine admitted that their testing procedures were flawed and they knew it. And he also explained that the decisions made in regards to the remediation of the contaminated soil and water in East Palestine were in reference to avoiding lawsuits from Norfolk Southern, not in regards to the safety of the people of East Palestine. During the town hall meeting on Tuesday that the Norfolk Southern officials backed out of hours before, no surprise there, Mark Durno, the EPA official, he admitted that the testing devices used were not capable of detecting the chemicals that were released during the controlled burn. This is what I've been saying from the beginning. The devices that we use cannot detect the levels that are dangerous for humans. Let's break this down real quick so we can all understand what's actually happening. This is the testing device that the EPA is using to detect VOCs in the soil. It's called a PID, or a photoionization detector, and it measures the VOCs, or the volatile organic compounds that are found in the ambient air being measured. It doesn't know what volatiles are there in the compounds, but it knows that something is there. So this would be called, it's quantitative but not qualitative. But if you look closely, that only goes to 1 decimal, and this is measured in parts per million. So that, holy shit. I've been following and reporting.
Hey, John.
Fucking. There we go. All right, let's see. I've actually got. So we played that one. That was earlier. That was earlier. Is it this one? Fuck. Where's the.
Former head of the CIA worked at the direction of the. Now listen to this next sentence very carefully. The former head of the CIA worked at the direction of the current Secretary of State to purposefully mislead the public ahead of the 2020 election. So how is that not front page news on every single paper across the country? Well, the media's lack of interest, aggressive lack of curiosity. Well, it does two things. It keeps Americans in the dark about a critical issue, and it gives permission to the State Department to just ignore it.
That is a not a State Department issue, so I don't have a comment for you on that.
Damn.
Because we've asked the State Department to provide some sort of comment on this. And it's not clear who else outside of the department we can ask, given it did happen before he was Secretary of State.
It is not a State
Oh,
Department
dude,
issue.
they
and
dropped
I
that
don't
shit
really have a
off in
comment on
Texas.
this
What are
one.
you talking about? Every train derailment in
I
Birmingham.
bet not.
Same
Joining me
shit's
now is
happening
John
everywhere.
Ratcliffe, former Director of National Intel under President Trump.
Those bitches have been
John,
doing it for weeks now.
where are all the calls for investigations, calls for Blinken himself to resign, given what we learned last week?
Don't want you to see. Well,
too bad. That's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to get to the bottom of what Soros and the Democrats have planned for the world and why their plans are ultimately falling apart.
We once again have to become better citizens. You know, it is not enough for America's future that some participate and others don't. We have been given an extraordinary
of the Trans Nashville Shooters Manifesto.
Holly Holmes on your amazing win last night, and most importantly, for using your platform to stand up for what's right. Check this out.
Something that's been on my heart, and I feel like I have the platform to say it. I need to say it. I just feel it's really sad, all the sexualization of our children right now, and we need to protect them, whatever that may be. Let's protect the children, please. Do anything we can to help.
Ladies and gentlemen, Holly, the preacher's daughter.
That's what
all of you. It's the food pyramid.
G'day, mate. G'day, mate. A fucking 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 g'day, mate.
Percent of women studied found that sitting on a bearded man's face for 20 minutes a day is fucking fabulous. 92.
IC admits that they will send out an announcement. So get ready for this. They admit they will send out an announcement and they will tell us not to use money. This is how that's going to go down. They tell us that they plan on telling us on a Friday night. See if you can guess why they would tell us on a Friday night that the banking system has collapsed.
There are a lot of things we've been thinking about, and what we want to hear from you today is what you think would the priorities would be.
Of Germany, his first attempt in the javelin. And here is
electric bullshit. We had pure American-made muscle cars. Nothing but pure raw power and a screaming V8 driving down the highway. Living the American dream. Before all the electric bullshit, we had pure American-made muscle cars. Nothing.
People say that having a woman seated on your face is a near godly experience, and to that I say, people say that.
She always gets lost. Where the heck? No. What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing?
Look how cute.
Yeah, no. Okay, we don't need that. We came with this, and that's it. Paw Patrol soap, okay?
How do you know where it was?
It's time to go. Hey, it doesn't matter, okay? Just know I have my ways.
How to not lose your girl in the store.
I think we all have that one person that we want to send this to.
I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I'm tired. I am sick and tired.
I think we all have that.
Oh no.
Holy shit. Why did you take the airbags out of your car?
Like a university. You got to be accepted. And much like university, easier to get in if you have a lot of money. You're like, well, how'd that guy get in? He doesn't have any money. Well, he's an athlete. I feel like the vagina is a lot like a university. You got to be accepted. And much like
Josie's on a vacation far away.
If a dinosaur kicked you in the rear end, a Megasaurus, what would you get if a dinosaur kicked you in the rear end, a Megasaurus?
I don't know why you guys was freaking out and gagging. It was just a little bit of poop.
Yeah, well, you pooped in the car.
I know I pooped in the car, Mom. I didn't mean to. I was just nervous and excited, and a little bit popped out. I didn't mean to.
It popped out, but I sat on it.
Why would you sit in my poop? I mean, that's a little weird and kind of gross. I don't know why.
Women have so much evil in their blood that God decided it needed to be drained once a month.
Sweat drop down my balls till all these bitches crawl. Skeet, skeet, to the window, to the wall, till the sweat drop down my balls till all these bitches crawl.
My children ask, why are you always yelling?
You motherfucker! You made your mom crazy.
When my
Some sketchy shit, doodah.
Not today. Hell no.
Time to do some.
Sick of being goddamn fat! I just want to be skinny! I want to fit in my little skinny shorts! God fucking damn it, please. I'm so fucking sick of being goddamn fat! I just want to be skinny!
We had pure American-made muscle cars. Nothing but pure raw power and a screaming...
Holly is with us now.
Want a piece of me? Let's come out and get you some, huh? Where are you gonna go now? Well, you can't speed up by anybody now. You think you're better than me? Well, you think, oh, I like the way you drive. What, you got a fancy what? Huh? Beep out!
The Trunk Monkey, a revolutionary idea.
All right, back in the trunk.
Hey!
You little.
The Trunk Monkey, the revolutionary idea you'll only find one place.
Where'd you find this place?
Hey! You know it costs a lot to park here. I'm not gonna pay you any money. Well, then you're gonna pay another way. Yeah?
The Trunk Monkey Samurai Edition.
That's my trunk monkey.
The Trunk Monkey Theft Retrieval System.
Want a piece of me? What's going on?